So yeah, you probably already know this, but gold moved up $145 in price in 4 days last week. What in the world is going on? So yeah, you probably already know this, but gold moved up $145 in price in 4 days last week. But does that really matter to us as traders what the price is? Not really. What we follow is price action. We let the price tell us what it's going to do. And if the price shows us and tells us and reveals to us that it's going to go up, then we look for an opportunity to buy. And conversely, or inversely, I guess you should say, if the price indicates to us, shows us, tells us that it's going to go down, then we look for an opportunity to sell. That's what we do as traders. Don't worry about these skyrocket moves or things going to the moon or the economy is crashing or stock market is all-time highs. Don't worry about that nonsense. We let the price tell us what it's going to do. So that's the reason for this weekly analysis, which I do every Sunday before the market opens on Monday. And I hope that these charts will help you to be able to make profit with your forex trading. So let's go ahead and jump into our weekly analysis, which starts this week on the 6th of October, going through to the 10th of October, 2025. And of course, we always start with the high impact news, and that's forexfactory.com, our go-to website for the high impact news items. But we got to be careful watching this news, and you really need to be aware and alert of what's going on and what time these things will be released and whether or not they will be released. That's the big question now, because as you see at the top of the page there, it says according to government shutdown, some of this stuff will be postponed, revised, canceled. And we saw that last week with the non-farm payrolls, which comes out every Friday in the beginning of the month. Every Friday without fail, but last week it wasn't released. And the same thing will probably happen this week. We probably won't see these unemployment figures or the non-farm payroll. We'll just wait and see. We don't know. But just be sure and be in touch with forexfactory.com and be aware of your local time zones and stay alert as to what these news items will be and whether or not they will be released, because these do affect the movement of our currencies and commodities, of course, as you know. So let's jump in and look at the profit and loss that I had from the couple of trades that I shared with you last week. It was very minimal. I didn't give any pending orders on the major U.S. pairs, but on the DXY, which we always look at it first. Remember last week it was going up like a rocket, the U.S. dollar. And what did I say in last week's video? This is not sustainable. And it wasn't. Okay, it's going right back down to where it just keeps going down. And I won't harp on this. You can look at your weekly chart, go back to January when Donald Duck came into office. The US dollar has lost 8% against other major currencies since Trump has been in office. That's where we are. So as I say, no reason to harp on this. There's a continuing decline in the US dollar. And on Bitcoin, wow, this is the one I gave you. I said buy, market execution, buy at 107,200. And if you did, it has gone up $14,000 in 1 week. Unbelievable. This is Bitcoin, is what it does. And that chart right there is a screenshot I took about an hour ago. It's already hit 125,000. This was at 123 and change. It's already hit 125,000. That's a new all-time high, by the way. So I hope you were able to take advantage of that buy signal that I gave you last week to buy at 107,200. And what about gold? My goodness, I showed you the risk management tool that you can use on Tradingview with the risk to reward ratio tool, where we had 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Didn't quite come down to our pending order gold. Buy limit was at 37.50, and then the take profit at 3,800. Well, it just blasted way above that. Okay, 1,450 pips, $145 move in 4 days. Unbelievable. So that's about a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. And even if you had the pending order and it didn't execute, you got in anywhere on Monday and just held on to it till the end of the week, you could have done very, very well. with gold. And it's going to go to higher prices. We know that. It probably will hit 4,000 this week. But anyway, so that's all that I shared with you last week. I wasn't clear with the strengthening of the US dollar, the momentary strengthening of the US dollar. I knew that there wouldn't be much I could say on the major US pair, but I do have some pending orders to share with you now. And remember, these pending orders, I do this to help you make profit with your Forex trading. But this is not financial advice. Okay, this is not financial advice. I'm not a CPA, a financial advisor. I'm not suggesting or recommending you take the same trades. You can if you want to. But it's up to you to manage your own trades and to use good risk management. And of course, before I share my pending orders with you, I would like to remind those of you that follow me, I have been looking for a great broker for a couple of years. Although I've been trading Forex for a long time, I've been looking for a more reliable, global, regulated broker that I can trust. And these guys, Tickmill, I've been to their office in Dubai 2 weeks ago. I've met with the Middle East and Northern Africa managing director. I met with all the partnership people, the marketing people, and they are fantastic. And just 2 days ago, I met with the country manager from Malaysia. I met with him in Bangkok, and he's the country manager for all of Southeast Asia. And I can just tell you, they're great. And I'm really, all systems go with this broker Tickmill for multiple reasons. Not only are they global, but they have all the things that a trader needs. You can trade crypto with them 24/7. Some brokers is just 24/5, but with Tickmill it's 24/7. Of course, they have a mobile app that you can use for your trading and to access their system. And I have already set up my copy trade with Tickmill. So you can copy all of my trades on Tickmill. So if you want to join my Tickmill team, just contact my website there. It's a direct link to Tickmill. Sign up, rickrayfx.com/Tickmill. And I welcome you to my team. I'm sure you'll be happy with Tickmill. They are great, and I'm using them. They are my preferred broker. So first, let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, this is the chart I was showing you. That top yellow line there is 125,000. It's already hit that since I took the screenshot 1 hour ago. All right, so it'll probably come down to support, which is at 120. All right, if you're a Bitcoin trader and you buy and sell Bitcoin, then buy at 120,000. Where are we going? Well, the sky is the limit with Bitcoin, but we don't know. It's very volatile. All right, but it's moved up $14,000 since last week in 7 days. So let's just see if it's going to go sideways now for a while, or maybe continue to higher prices. But buy order at 120,000. With the major pairs, the Euro USD is a buy limit. Okay, that's at 1.1730. I believe that says 1.730. I have new contact lenses, so now I'm having to start wearing reading glasses. All right, buy limit on Euro US at 1.1730 with your take profit at 1.1810. Then the odd US, a buy limit, entry price 0.6590, and your take profit is there. You can take a screenshot of that. The New Zealand US is a market execution. Okay, just buy the New Zealand US, and there is your take profit. The pound US is a buy limit. Okay, entry price at 1.3450. The USD CAD is a sell. All right, there's your take profit. That's a market execution order, no pending order. Just sell the USD CAD. It's still bullish on the day chart, but neutral on the 4-hour chart. And I don't want to buy the USD CAD. It has been higher, but I believe with the recent continuing decline of the US dollar, that we'll start to see lower prices on the USD CAD. And same with the UJ. All right, with a continuing decline of the US dollar, which we should see this week, USD JPY sell. Market execution with your take profit at 146.30. And finally, gold. All right, what are we doing with gold? Everybody loves to trade gold. A buy limit with the entry price at 38.70. Let's see if it will come down to our support. It hasn't been doing this the last couple of weeks. It didn't come down to our pending order. but this one is fairly close. Let's see if it will come back down to 38.70. And then I have the take profit at 39.50. Again, fairly conservative take profit, because I expect we will see possibly $4,000 this week. I mean, we're already, our high was 38.70. 39.70. No, 38.70. I really got to start wearing these glasses all the time. Hey, our all-time high so far has been 38.97. All right, 38.97 for our all-time high. So we're right on 3,900, and we moved up $145 last week. So if we just move up $100 this week, we'll be breathing down the neck of $4,000 for an ounce of gold. Really, really hard to believe. Just a couple of years ago, it was $2,000. So the price of gold has almost doubled in just 2 years. And there's your take profit, $39.50, with a stop loss where I usually put mine about $20 below the entry price. Of course, use your own risk management according to the size of your capital and the lot size that you trade. But there's my pending order for gold, XAU USD, this upcoming week. Okay guys, that's a wrap for this weekly analysis. I hope that these trade setups that I share with you will help you to be successful with your Forex trading. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below this video. I will get back to you. And of course, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you'll be notified every time I make one of these videos, which is every Sunday before the market opens on the following Monday. Until next week, I'll see you in the next video.